Hey everybody, I apologize about the super late delay on this video. This is going to be our Locust guide for Abathur video. I apologize that the build on the right is probably a tad bit too big. I'll go ahead and shrink that down just a little bit. That's just going to be our guide for the video so that you guys can follow along with what build I'm going to be doing. Now, seeing as how the enemy team has a Zeratul and Falstad, they're probably going to be very much hunting me down this game. So I'm going to be playing very passive, very safe. But now with this build, at level 1, we're going to be taking Survival Instincts. That increases your Locust health by 50% and increases the duration that they're alive by 40%. This makes your Locust push much harder than they would otherwise. So with that, you want to be, it's safe to kind of hang out and just kind of let them do their thing and push. It's very nice if you can get in an uncontested lane and just sit there and idly let them really push down towers and stuff. You can take towers down very quick with that talent if nobody's in the lane fighting you off. So right now, as per typical Abathur strategy, just kind of hopping around lanes, helping your team push and just deal out some extra damage and shield. Want to ward the jungles with your mines so enemies or allies know when enemies are rotating and when ganks are coming out. It's very important to just be moving around, watching your mini-map, kind of getting a feel for the flow of battle so you know where you're needed and when you're needed. Right now, Sonya kind of overstaying her welcome in this fight here. We do not have a primary tank. We have a Sonya solo tank. We have kind of a wonky comp compared to theirs, so this is going to be one of those difficult fights. But we are going to do our best to persevere. Even if we lose this, I will still do my best to show you guys how this build works and why I love this build so much. As you see, I take ballista spores with this build. The reasoning is because you could be anywhere on the map, and this is where you're going to want to be putting your mines behind the well, out of the range of the keeps down here. That will allow you to tunnel there and drop your locusts later on to backdoor. And you can also use that to sneak out and solo mercenaries and tunnel and drop locusts cross map whenever there's a good opportunity to do so without wasting time moving your body and losing out on valuable soak potential and not being able to hat and whatnot because you're wasting time and wasting your tunnel to move around. So now first tribute's going out. Now this is going to be kind of difficult because they have a Falstad and they have a Zeratul, so soaking is going to be really dangerous for me. But it looks like we already got that first one. Very nice. Sonya going a little deep here. Medic's nowhere near her. She's going crazy. She's really dead set on getting this Lily, and she's gonna die for it. Calling it. Calling it. Called it. Go ahead and throw some mines up here. Oh man, is there to really low? Oh. You see, one thing I notice a lot is people tend to go way too deep sometimes. They really just overextend like crazy. When they really don't need to. The trick to playing with an Abathur is, be passive, be safe. Don't force fights that you're not 100% certain that you can win. Just if you're playing with an Abathur, you want to focus on, merking and soaking a lot. And when you do engage, make sure you're in good positions so the Abathur shall
we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
just letting him know. It really irritates me when people sit and try to tell me how to play Abathur, especially on this map, when there's a stealth hero and a Falstad who can very quickly kill me. It's sometimes as Abathur, it's really not worth dying just to get a couple minions worth of soak. It's really not. Don't let people bully you into going and body soaking a lane if it's gonna get you killed. Like for example, I don't want to tunnel up there and walk in the bush because they will see me, and that'll be just a invitation for a Falstad to Z up there and kill me instantly. So it's safe to go up there now. Just want to try and peck away at them as much as I can. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get this though, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and mine that. We do have mercs kind of rolling on mid there, so that'll buy us. You don't want to suicide to try to delay though. It's like, you know, your soaking is wasted potential if a teammate dies while doing it. Now, right now, I'm okay for a couple more seconds, but I do need to rotate now. So, now the trick is here is that Falstad or Zeratul will see my Locust come out of that bush. They'll fly up there or rush up there and think I'm still in that bush, and they'll waste time. Yep, right there. See? Now I'm safely bot soaking. Oh, there is a Zeratul in there. But yeah, just want to constantly be putting your mines in these choke points here, especially if there's an invisible hero like that. Because, you know, if they're mounted, you'll slow their rotations, like you'll see here in a second. Might actually, oh, nope, I was going to say, I might actually be able to pick that Zeratul there, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. I do want to try and move out a little bit and soak that. It's really sketchy with the Zeratul there a moment ago. He might have tapped well and he might come kill me, I don't know. Really hoping the team manages to interrupt. There we go, very nice. So yeah, without knowing where Zeratul is, it's really dangerous for me to go out and body soak until he reveals himself in this fight. I don't really... Oh, no. Okay, it's okay. No big deal. Alrighty. Well, it's alright. It's not like we got cursed right there, so it's not the worst thing. Just kind of moving in and out, you know, kind of... Oh, never mind, Zeratul's top, we're all good. Just want to do as much damage as we can. They did not take Mule, it looks like. Whereas we did. I like Mule. Mule is a very versatile tool. It's not just for repairing structures. You can use Mule to tank merc camps and help you backdoor and soak damage from towers and stuff, and you can use it as a tool to save allies in a pinch. I'm not sure I'll get to show you all of that in this video. It's just sort of a as-needed tool that I use, but just know that it can be used for those things. So right now, just trying to push down this lane, do some damage. If we can get some towers down, we'll get a bunch of experience that'll help us get this last tribute, because we really got to get 10 before this trib fight happens. There we go. Okay. Very nice. We should be able to get this. Nice, nice. Falstad is dead. I'm going to go ahead and clone here. I don't know that I'll get a kill, but... definitely gonna zone out the Zeratul. Nope, never mind. Got VP'd. Oh, he whiffed that pretty hard. Just gonna burn this structure down a little bit. Just kind of zone them out. As long as she manages to get that, it'll be okay. But I don't know. They're really split right now. Right into the mosh. That's not good. That team fight's lost. That's a curse. Not good at all. They're all getting picked early in that fight. Was not a good thing for us. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a Mule. Tunnel top. Do my best to... Oh yeah, the whole team's up there. Thrall might be able to zone him out for a second. Go ahead and mine that. Yep, Thrall's probably going to die if he stays there, but it buys us a little extra time to get our team up to prepare to defend this. That's not too bad. You can go ahead and take a tower. Just want to stay optimistic. You know, always be busy. Always do things. There's always something you can do when you're Abathur. Just kind of busybody yourself around the map. Look for where your presence would be best used. Go ahead and just try and do some nuke damage here. Just kind of try to scare him off a little bit. Kale doesn't have chain bomb yet, so I don't have to worry too much about his damage. Dang nabbit. Okay, just go ahead and get those. Sonya having a fun little 1v1 with this Lily here. She ulted. Clear that creep wave. It's not bad. Now if I hurry, I might be able to save this wave. I don't know. Uh-oh. This looks like this Janna's in a bad spot. I don't remember. She's got medic. But yeah, you just want to, you know, just keep hatting things, pushing, You know, the strategy is more or less the same on whatever map you're on, at least for this build. I go Symbiote build on Sky Temple and Tomb, but I don't really play Tomb on with Abathur much anymore. I go Mine build on Dragon Knight and on Towers of Doom, and I go Locust build on pretty much any other map. Because the big maps are really nice for maneuvering around and taking merc camps and, you know, backdooring the keeps and, you know, getting a lot of damage on the core and whatnot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and rotate my body because I have been up here for quite a while. And it's going to become very obvious that I've been up here, and I don't want to be bait for Zeratul to come kill me, since he probably does have his wormhole by now, I'm going to guess. Yes, he does. So yeah, you don't want to get jumped by a Zeratul, who could easily just blink in and kill you and get out with no repercussions. Oh yeah, but as far as my build goes, like I said, Mule's really nice. Helps with this backdooring build, helps stall out the game longer so you can get up to the level you need to start having an impact. You know, I prefer Clone. I don't think Monstrosity has a place in, you know, Abathur's roster of skills, because it's just really weak all around. Good teams will counter it really easily, whereas Clone always has a use and an impact. You can use it as an escape tool. You know, you can always do something with it. Oh, that's slow on blind. Goodness. Come on. There we go. And then with Ranged Locust, you want to take the Ranged Locust, never cleave. The bonus damage and range increases their survivability, and the 70% bonus damage is insane. Helps you with the merking and doing more damage to structures. And then it's 16, like you can see on the right, we're going to be running Locust Brood, which is the bread and butter of this build, and is when you can start really merking and backdooring and doing all kinds of fun stuff. So right now, just, you know, playing passive, playing safe, just trying to get caught up in experience. You know, we're down in deaths, we've been pushed a lot harder than they have, but we're not too far off because we do have, you know, an okay amount of soak. Not optimal amounts of soak, because we can't really body soak against a Falstad and Zeratul. But against a normal team comp that doesn't have a lot of pressure like that, you could body soak a lot more and have a much higher amount of experience. So right now we're probably going to sacrifice this tribute, not a big deal, you know, because they are still a 0 of 3. Right now what's most important is staying on talent level, because being down like 16 to 17 isn't as bad as being down 15-16, because they have a lot more power being up a talent tier. So it's just playing safe, you know, playing the soak game, staying grouped, don't get picked off, you know, don't die and give them free XP, stuff like that. Sonya, little far ahead. We should be just about to get 16 here any second. And go ahead and mine this, and there it is. Okay, now we can start doing our, you know, our backdooring and our merking and whatnot. So the Falstad's over there, so he's not a threat. You want to tunnel when your Locust is about to be 5 seconds, so it coincides with your recall. You can queue up a mine by holding shift there. That'll help take you know, keep aggro. I find lately it doesn't work about the same as it used to. It used to synchronize a lot better. I'm not sure. I think the scaling changes actually made Wells a little harder to kill for Locust early game, so that they don't kill it before your mine plants. So it might not necessarily be worth doing now, but you can definitely juggle the aggro between mines and your Locust to get a lot more damage off if you put the mine right as one Locust is about to be killed, and it'll focus the mine if it's closer than the Locusts are. I'll try and show that before this video is over. It's a nice way to get some extra shots off. I want to clone Jaina if Jaina could get a little bit closer to this fight. I don't like cloning and then having to waste a bunch of time running into the fight like this. Just want to zone the healer out and kill the healer. There we go, nice. Okay, now they don't have anybody to heal them, so we're just going to try and chase down this Zeratul. Oh goodness. Okay, well that's a shame. Okay, well we're gonna pick KT at least. Very nice. We got mercenaries pushing top lane. Gonna go ahead and tunnel again. Again, your cooldown being as close to 5 or below as possible. This isn't good. We don't like this. This isn't a very nice thing. Okay, well, I should have realized that he was probably recalling, so yeah, you want to always, keep in mind when an enemy is going to revive, or if you see an enemy recalling, it's not the best time to tunnel. Like I said, it was a mistake. Mistakes happen. Doing dangerous stuff like this, you're going to find yourself dying once in a while. It's not the end of the world. At the very least, it forces him to stay out of the fight and makes people recall to defend. So if they're recalling to kill you and it means that your team's getting mercs and, getting control of the map, it's worth it, in my opinion. Now, normally what I would do in that situation is if my clone had been up, I would have immediately cloned an ally and escaped, and then most people aren't smart enough to realize that you're actually cloning and not tunneling, and they will leave. And then once you come back, if your clone doesn't die early, your tunnel will be off cooldown, and you can tunnel and escape. So just keep that in mind. Yep, they're doing it.
Tribute or face.
Uh-oh, Medic's getting nuked by that Zeratul. Oh, that amazing grenade snipe. That was beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and clone Jaina and get in there. Nuking him down like crazy. Just want to go ahead and flank around. There's the Lily Jugs. Oh, getting zoned out a little bit by Falstad there. Not really going to get my full clone nuke off, but we did curse them. That's good, so if we're careful here, I'm going to go ahead tunnel, drop the Locust. Since that's cursed, that means the Locusts are going to pretty much take this out guaranteed, which is great for us, as long as he doesn't go and stop it. 100% guarantee we'll take that cube. So we're going to go ahead and put some mines up here preemptively to take out that minion wave. Aw, Kale went and stopped it, that's sad. Fun fact, Kael'thas actually had a 98.7% pick or ban rate in the latest tournaments, and Blizzard still says he's balanced. That makes me giggle, mate. But yeah, just tearing down their keeps and stuff with this curse. I'll go ahead and show you, merking again. I know I went over it in a previous video, but I'll kind of show it again. You want to make sure your passive Locust is about to spawn. You need your primary ones. So then you want to slap the camp before your passive Locust spawns to get aggro. Drop your Locust in the middle. Hat whichever ones are taking damage so that you can shield it so they don't die as fast. And then, throw all of your bursts from your hat. And then kind of body block it so your Locusts don't all die. And then ta-da, you have a camp. You take not that much damage. And if you're careful and smart and safe, you can actually go steal enemy camps if they're on the other side of the map and they're, preoccupied. So it's just something to keep in mind, is a nice strategy. It looks like they were just checking boss there. He's probably hoping to fly up there and get a gust off, so we'll go ahead and keep their boss mined so we know when they start it. Once they leave their base, I'll probably go up there and finish off that top keep. Just don't want to do it when they're right there, obviously, because we'll most likely get caught and die. But they do have to defend against that boss, so what I'm going to do, instead of going directly in, is I'm going to hat push this, and I'm going to put Locust behind it so they don't actually see my body. And then we will go ahead and recall. They're going to take this boss real fast while they're dealing with that. I think Zeratul is actually on his way to check boss right now. I'm not sure. It definitely looked like he wasn't in that fight there. Oh, Zeratul is dealing with the top push, okay. Your Locust can do insane damage to heroes. I use them to assassinate heroes all the time. Like, if you see a low health hero recalling and you have this build, don't be afraid to tunnel right in their face and drop your Locust with the shift Q system. 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to blow them up and kill them before they can react. A lot of people don't expect it, and it's beautiful when it happens. You can see that in my newest Whole Team is Babies video. Alright, so we've got full health boss, whole team going on core here. Gonna go ahead and drop a mine over here so I can tunnel. You want to drop a mule over here whenever the boss's health starts to get really low. Go ahead and tunnel, drop those. Nice, nice. Go ahead and do that. Clone Jaina. Looks like this is going to be a win. I know I didn't get to really show off a whole lot, but that's basically how it works. Just focus on backdooring, using your Locust to your advantage, getting as much XP and siege damage as possible. You can see I pulled top stats that game. well played by everybody there. Was a little worried in the early game, but in the end, you know, skill triumphs all. So thanks for watching the videos, guys. Like I said in the video before this one, I have started a Patreon, and you guys can pledge to it every month. And once we start reaching certain goals on Patreon, I'll be able to allocate a little bit more time and resources to starting some fun new YouTube series. So consider giving my Patreon a check out. And thank you guys for your continued support. You know, like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. You know, tell your friends, come hang out and check out my stream. And you guys have a wonderful day, and expect the next episode, which will be our mine build, very soon. So you guys have a good day.